So we gotta start it by talking to Moen, which is Rowena's twin. No, it's the first version of Rowena. Also, that is a really cute hairpiece. I love the glowing butterfly. It's so cute. Hi, Moen.
You are the esteemed KatFTWynn Wisov, yes? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Moen, founder and chairwoman of the Boutique of Splendors. Master Alphino has spoken quite highly of you and your unparalleled artistic abilities. Quite highly indeed. Forgive me my boldness, but I should be most honored if you were to register with us as a provider of collectibles. As compensation, we can offer you a wide variety of goods that I'm confident will meet your approval. Not direct compensation, to be clear. We have adopted a system rather similar to one of which you are doubtless familiar, and which I only recently learned of from Master Alphino. For every delivery, you will receive payment in the form of scripts. This exclusive currency is redeemable only with the Boutique of Splendors, limiting perhaps, but you will find that the equipment and materials we have to offer are more than make up for any inconvenience. The woman who first conceived of this approach was brilliant, wouldn't you agree? A true visionary who managed to bring together people from all walks of life and reshape the world with her boundless compassion and generosity. Sure, that's what we'll say Rowena is. Oh, and I should mention that a negligible portion of the value of all collectibles processed will be withheld to account for overhead and other assorted operating expenses. Doubtless I need to explain the necessity of this. Okay. Was that it?
I guess.
Did we just unlock scripts and that's what we needed? Oh, beehive yourself. I just think of Austin Powers. Shirr is bursting with enthusiasm, and all he needs is somewhere to redirect it.
Have you got a moment? I've been wanting to have a word. Is it true you're an expert leather worker?
Just one of my many, many talents.
Is there anything you can't do? Alphino says you've been dealing with the Boutique of Splendors and all, and not just anybody can do that. Anyhow, I ask because I was hoping to get your help with something. Bit of a project of mine as it goes. Since I decided to stay here in Yulmore, I've been trying to find ways for people like me to contribute to the future of the city. Thing is, I've never learned a trade or nothing like that, so I was struggling to come up with ideas. After a lot of thinking, I put together a pretty decent plan, but I could do with your professional opinion and maybe a bit of help if you're up for it. What do you say? It's for a good cause, I promise. I've asked a couple of old maids to meet us outside the beehive, so I'll see you there.
I loved his little jump.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've never met that guy before.
Oh, okay.
Seems brand new to me.
Waiting for people. Oh.
First things first, let me introduce you. This here's Antrig, who serves his drinks shaken, not stirred.
Yes, as the saying goes here in the beehive, fancy a shake. Reactions vary, as I'm sure you can imagine. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And this is Bostazia.
I also work in the beehive, though my talents tend more towards whining.
Okay.
Whining and dining, winding and grinding, whatever our patrons desire. Anyway, a friend of Shirr's is a friend of ours.
We grew up together in Cape Town, closest family.
All three of us are orphans, so we had to stick together to survive. We shared everything we had, right down to our last crust of, well, whatever was available.
That's why we promised each other that we'd find a way into Yulmore, no matter what it took. But Anfrig and I were chosen, while Shirr was left behind. I can't tell you how glad we were to be reunited with him after so long apart.
We've been through a lot, him more than most, but we're all here now. Even though we started from the bottom, now we're all here. I never thought I'd see the day.
I hate to say it, but the way things are going, there might not be a reason for us to stay in Yulmore. So much has changed since the fall of Vothri, and business at the Beehive has really dried up.
While I am all for this city becoming a fairer place to live, we need to face facts. At this rate, places like the Beehive will struggle to stay afloat. If we were to be let go, the chances of us finding similar work here would be slim at best.
You're not thinking about leaving Yulmore, are you?
To be honest, we don't have much choice.
Whoa. I said I'll sort something out, didn't I? I've got a plan to bring visitors into Yulmore, and I want you two to be part of it. It's also why I brought Kat here. His skills as a leatherworker are going to solve all of our problems, I swear!
You have some high hopes for me, sir. I don't know who this is. Well, how wonderful it is to see my employees engaged in such lively conversation. Oh. Well, I didn't know that'd be... Okay.
The Queen Bee. Sorry, sir, I'll get back behind the bar.
Oh, that's the Queen Bee? Oh.
No, as you are. In fact, Mistress Moen and I were discussing ways in which the Beehive's fortunes might be improved. It was then that we overheard you, and my ears picked up when you mentioned the possibility of attracting new customers to Yulmore. Given the current state of affairs, this would be most welcome. Would you share your ideas with me, young man?
He is very striking.
I ain't a businessman or nothing, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm off the mark here, but... Seems to me that under Vothri, Yulmorans forgot what it means to actually work for a living, and most of the old industries disappeared altogether. Still, there are a few things left over from those days that we can put to good use.
Such as?
The entertainment! Yulmorans ain't the only one who like to have a good old knees up, you know. If we open up this city of final pleasures to visitors, we'll be raking in the gill.
Did they just say they aren't the only people to enjoy sex?
No.
Oh.
You pervert.
That's what I think knees up means.
Chat, please post bonk emotes and or put Kat in the punishment box. It refers to dancing.
Oh, I've never heard that.
And what better way to do that than telling everyone about the Beehive? Of course, word of mouth will only get us so far. But if you put me in charge of promoting your establishment, I'll do whatever it takes to bring in people from every corner of Norvrant.
I say, your enthusiasm is positively infectious, and for a self-confessed amateur, I find you remarkably persuasive. I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is certainly in line with Master Chai's aim to foster trade with his outsiders. And as far as I can see, the Beehive stands only to gain from this most worthy of endeavors. I am therefore placing you in charge of advertising the Beehive.
Since I have vested interest in the success of this undertaking, the Boutique of Splendors would gladly grant rewards for bringing much-needed custom to our doorstep. Same thing.
But first, you will need to look the part, and I have the perfect ensemble in mind.
I just realized she has a bee earring on this side, I think.
Yeah.
Aww.
In the meantime, I would have the two of you resume your duties. When the time comes, I should like you to provide assistance in any way you can. Our knowledge and expertise are at Kai Shirr's disposal, sir. I gather that you are here at the lad's request, yes? I can only guess as to what it may entail. I dare say all shall become clear soon enough. I bid you good day.
I said good day. Bye, nicer Rowena.
Wait, Kashir, you're meant to tell us the plan. Where are you going?
He's gone! Does say speak with Kashir. Maybe he's gonna tell us the plan now. You changed clothes quick. He wasn't wearing that. Okay. Oh. All right.
I'm surprised you recognized me in this getup.
What are you, Superman? And you think I can't see your face because of costume change?
I have to tell you, I ain't used to wearing anything like this. Still, if I'm to advertise a place like the Beehive, I suppose I've got to look the part. Not that it really matters for our first task, though. While I was getting measured for my outfit, I was thinking of how we could convince everyone to come and spend their hard-earned coin in the Beehive. Rather than shouting from the rooftops, it'd be a lot easier if we gave out flyers everywhere. I ain't just talking about a handful, though. I'll need hundreds, and that means I'll need paper, ink, and something to print them with. That last one's the trickiest, but it'll speed things up like no one's business. Do you think you could get those for me? There was one other thing. Oh, right, payment. Of course, I'd expecting you to do it for free. I'll be getting scripts and whatnot from Moen, so I'll send a few your way. That sound all right to you? Thanks, I owe you one. Or I will once everything's been sorted out. All you have to do is bring me the stuff for the flyers, and I'll take it from there.
All right.
That's right. We're the show chat spammers now.
Yep. Custom deliveries unlocked. Kai Shirr. The 17-year-old hanging out at the Beehive. Tougher than leather. I also leveled up. Let's go. Yes. Printing, set, done.
Got everything? It ain't got to be perfect. Whatever you have will probably be fine.
The items sought by Kai Shirr fall into three categories: crafted items obtainable by disciples of the hand, gathered items obtainable by disciples of the land, and fish. Furthermore, Kai Shirr deals only in collectibles. In order to deliver an item, you must be its corresponding class and level 70 or above. If you are level 89 or below, you will be rewarded experience instead of the level 90 scripts reward. Information on how to find individual items may be found in the following manner. For Disciple of the Hand items, choose the Search for Item by Crafting method sub-command, with the list selected will bring up a crafting log and the relevant recipes. Materials necessary to craft the collectibles Kaishir seeks may be purchased from Dadin in Yulmore's Aetheryte Plaza. Likewise, for Disciple of the Land items, choosing the search for item by gathering method subcommand will bring up the gathering log. For knowledge on fish, choosing the display location subcommand will bring up the map of the relevant fishing hole. Furthermore, you may discover that using a metal spinner as a lure will expedite your fishing endeavors. The higher in items at collectability, the greater the reward you will earn from Kaishir upon successful delivery. To learn more about collectibles and how to increase collectability, speak with Kaishir and learn about custom deliveries. Okay, here's one thing.
Oh, you brought stuff for making the flyers? Let's have a look then. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. You've really taken it to another level with this.
His are so much shorter. Making your first successful delivery, you have begun to earn Kaishir's trust. With each successful delivery, Kaishir will grow more and more satisfied with your efforts. Fill the gauge completely, and Kaishir's satisfaction level will increase, giving you the opportunity to learn more about your business partner. You can make up to 6 deliveries in a given week. Deliver the items Kaishir needs, and deliver them often to win the trust and praise of your new business partner. All right. And then he'll speak one more time a unique line here.
Well, we've got everything we need for the flyers. All that's left is to print them.
And cutscene.
Thea and Enfrig offered to help, so I gave them a load of flyers to put up around the villages near Yulmore. I even convinced the Queen Bee to let us attach free drink vouchers to them. No one in the right mind would turn down an offer like that, so we've had a steady stream of new customers.
Giving away a bit of booze is one thing. Getting them to stay is another. Most of them left after the free one.
Well, judging by the way they were necking the drinks and gawping at the dancers, they were definitely having a good time. I wonder what the problem was.
From what I gather, those two over there are from Right. Maybe we should ask them what they think of the beehive.
I'll be the one on the right.
You're not here to kick us out, are you?
Why, nothing could be further from my mind. I was hoping that you might share your impressions of our establishment.
Huh? Oh, you're asking what we think of the place? Huh? Anyone that gives away booze like this for nothing is all right in my book.
And I love the interior. What's the word? Gaudy? No. Vibrant. Yes, that's it.
Well then, if you're happy, then so are we. And yet, we're not seeing a lot of people coming back after their first visit. Could it be the food and drink aren't to their liking?
Perish the thought. This complimentary beverage is one of the finest things I've ever tasted. I shall savor it while it lasts.
We'd like to have another, maybe try some of the food, but we simply can't afford to. For the price of a single steak, we could feed ourselves for a week. I'll have a word with the manager and see if there ain't something we can do about it. Thank you for your time.
Have some options that are cheaper? Satisfaction up, Kaishir. Kaishir now considers you a backer of the Beehive. Kaishir is pleased with your efforts. He now considers you a backer of the Beehive. And yet there is still much work to be done if the Beehive is to continue contributing to Yulmore's economy. To that end, Kaishir has a new favor to ask of you.
I should have realized this sooner, but the Beehive only caters to the rich, and most people in Norvrad just can't afford what we're charging. Trouble is, it's the ingredients that push the prices up. As for the booze, there have got to be cheaper alternatives. I reckon we should expand the menu to include more affordable options. That way there'll be something for everyone.
That's easier said than done. Quality doesn't come cheap, you know.
Well, you're not wrong there, Zia.
Have you forgotten about Yulmore's foremost barkeeper? There's a lot more to my job than mixing drinks morning, noon, and night. I can put together a whole selection that won't cost an arm and a leg.
I like the sound of that.
The food, on the other hand, will take a lot more effort. I learned a few recipes during our days in Gate Town that use only basic ingredients. I should be able to adapt those into something a bit more befitting of the Beehive. I'll have to ask you to bring me the supplies, though. My duties prevent me from leaving the Beehive for too long, so I'll give you a list of all the things I need.
We'll sort it, don't you worry. I can start with the villages in Colusia, and if I don't find what we need, I'll try casting the net a bit wider. Tell you what, why don't you leave all the running around and haggling to me while you take care of the stuff that needs an expert's touch? How's that sound?
I got it.
All right, let's get cracking.
Oh, no, I think if we've got haggling to be done, we should call Estinian.
No. Also, Estinian never got yeeted here. He can't make it here. The custom deliveries list for KaiShirr has been updated. To view the new list, speak with KaiShirr and select make a delivery. Now I need Calusian cuisine paraphernalia.
How are the cooking supplies coming along?
Here you go.
The ingredients used in our new recipes are fairly cheap, but if we don't go the extra mile with the utensils and all that, it'll end up being the same as what they serve down in Gate Town. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. You've really taken it to another level with this.
He's so excitable. Oops. All right, new dialogue and then... Oh, or just cutscene. That works too.
I knew I was right to ask you for help. You've really got an eye for quality and the skill to match. Still, I expect we'll both be kept busy in the days to come.
All right. You have delivered the weekly maximum of 6 items to KaiShirr. You may begin making deliveries again starting Tuesday at 3 a.m. Earth time. Hey! KaiShirr is now worked on. He wants Amarang seasonings, which for botany go out here, I guess.
Yeah, funnily enough, they come from Amarang.
Oh, God damn it. Here you go, buddy.
If we sprinkle a bit of spice in that on top, it makes all the difference. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. You've really taken it to another level with this.
All right. And then he'll say the same thing until the last one. Okay.
Now that Henfrig's got everything he asked for, we'll have a new, and more importantly, affordable menu ready in no time. All thanks to your slave labor.
I mean, I guess it's voluntary. I'm choosing this.
Well, it didn't take long for the new dishes to cause a stir among the customers. Henfrig weren't kidding about his skills in the kitchen.
We're seeing more customers from Right and Stilltide, and they're not only coming for the free drink. Our new food offerings are proving popular in their own right.
It's a step in the right direction, and we might even have gained a few regulars, but we'll need more than that to turn things around.
Don't worry, Zia. I'm already miles ahead of you. I made my way over to Tomra, where I handed out flyers and drink vouchers.
Tomra? You must have crossed some dangerous territory to get there. I have to say I'm a little impressed.
It was worth the journey, as we've seen a number of dwarven customers since then. Sadly, most of them have only made the one visit. They're not shy when it comes to ordering food and drink, so the problem must lie elsewhere.
In that case, why don't we try asking those two over there?
Hounding more customers.
Good day to you, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt, but do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Wally ho!
Lolly ho?
Now then, you said you had some questions. You gave us free drinks, and the least we can do is hear you out, so ask away.
Well, I've noticed that the visitors from Tomra rarely come here more than once. Why do you think that could be?
It's no fault of the booze or grub, I can tell you that much. Very tasty indeed, and a lot more fairly priced than you might expect in Yulemore.
I'm glad the food and drink are to your liking, so what's the problem? I hate to say it, lad, but this place is a bit on the dull side. I've turned all southern. Fuck it. The dancing is all well and good, but we dwarfs can't enjoy a grog without an old-fashioned sing-song. We've got songs for ale, songs for mead, songs for wine, something for every occasion.
Well, every occasion that involves drinking, which is all of them. But as soon as we try any of that here, everyone looks at us like we just pissed all over the bar. At least if we had some proper singing instead of this plinky-blinky rubbish, we could swing away to our heart's content.
I didn't know dwarves were so musically inclined.
I think that's all for now, gents. You've been very helpful.
Okay, that was it.
See, told you got food.
I did get food. Promoter of the Beehive. Kaishir's delighted with your efforts. He now considers you a promoter of the Beehive. And yet, there is still much work to be done if the Beehive is to continue contributing to Yulemore's economy. To that end, Kaishir has a new favor to ask of you.
Behind. If we want the dwarves to become regulars here, we need to make them feel at home, without making the other customers feel like they aren't.
I think it's time we offered a wider range of music, and I have just the thing in mind for those boisterous little buggers.
You're not going to sing, are you? No offense, Zia, but I doubt that your brand of high-pitched caterwauling will go down too well.
Wow,
No, what we
Anfrig.
need is my electro house mix of papaya.
Oh my god, I want a trap mix of papaya.
Oi! Watch it, you cheeky sod! I know full well where my talents lie. Thank you very much. What I'm saying is that we find a singer to perform something simple enough for the dwarves to nod their heads to. With the Queen Bee's permission, of course. We'll also need a proper costume. There are plenty for the dancers, but the vocalists should have something to make them stand out from the rest of us.
Sounds like a plan. But since you're basically tone deaf, you'd better leave finding a singer to me.
Damn!
I don't know what to do about the costume, though. Unless... We put Kat in charge of that. Can we count on you?
Sure. Look at what I'm wearing. Perfect.
Great. Let's all get to work then.
They're also mean to Zia. Damn. Satisfaction guaranteed. Kaishir 3. The custom deliveries list for Kaishir has been updated. To view the new list, speak with Kaishir and select make a delivery. What do you want? He wants Clinquaint stones? I've never heard of that. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Okay. It's apparently in water. Did you find a trap mix?
Well, it says it's a liquid drum and bass mix.
Can you DM me that so I can listen to it later?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I still haven't found a singer, though. I reckon it's only a matter of time until I do. Any progress with the bits and pieces for the costume?
Here you go, buddy.
80 jewels, eh? It's incredible to think about all the treasures out there waiting to be found. I suppose only an expert like you would know where to look, though. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. You're really taking it to another level with this.
I love the way you shook your voice for that. All
Pretty
right.
Jules said, bloody hells, Pretty Jules said, bloody hells,
Many thanks. Many thanks.
You've really come through for me, as always. If all goes well, we'll have more visitors than this place has ever seen.
Yeah. All right. You have delivered the weekly maximum of 6 items to Kaishir. You may begin making delivery starting Tuesday at 3 a.m. Earth time. We did it! Yeah. Here you go. Thanks. Yay! 85. Hell yeah. And I got collector's focus. All right.
I'd say we've got enough bits and pieces to put together a pretty decent costume of entirely rock. And I'm happy to say I've found a singer.
Woohoo! Who's the singer? Don't tell me it's us.
Choosing a vocalist would have been a lot easier if a few more people could actually sing. Most of the ones who auditioned were terrible. I think you'll be chuffed as I was with my final choice, though. And of course, she'll look the part too, thanks to all the things you brought for the costume. 3 rocks.
3 rocks.
Ah, I forgot to mention, Zia wanted to see us about something. Or should I say she wanted to see us?
Oh my god.
I'm sure everything's fine. Well, reasonably sure. Hopefully it's good news, but there's only one way to find out.
Oh, okay. Accept. Satisfaction up. He now considers you a pillar of the beehive.
I'm a pillar.
Is overjoyed with your efforts. He now considers you a pillar of the beehive. That's it. Okay. A new quest continuing the story of the beehive's efforts to attract new clientele is now available from Basta Zia. Upon its completion, the custom deliveries list for Kaishir will be updated. Oomst. Ah, there she is. Commercially flyable. Basta Zia is keen to show you that your recent efforts have paid dividends. Okay, let's go.
You're just in time.
Oh, is our new singer's costume ready?
It certainly is.
Oh. Aww. She looks adorable. There is nothing I gathered that's on that.
We haven't had an awful lot of time to practice, but she's showing all the signs of becoming the Beehive's next star. In fact, the Queen Bee himself has already given her his seal of approval.
Still, it was Kai Shirr who discovered her. Perhaps you finally found your calling in life.
To hire?
Are you pulling my leg? No, I ain't cut out to manage musicians or nothing. All I did was a bit of asking about to find her, then her singing voice did the rest. Besides, if it weren't for Kat bringing the materials, she wouldn't have that lovely dress.
Yes, I've never seen anything so pretty in all my life. I feel like a princess. But I wouldn't even be here in the first place if you hadn't given me this chance. I just hope that I can repay you for everything you've done for me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome. What? Okay.
Oh, I think you've made quite the impression on her.
Huh? I don't know what you mean. I'm sure she'll do very well, though.
Oblivious.
Of course, we can't stop there. We need to find more customers, but I'm not sure where to try next.
Since you already covered most of Colusia, maybe we should try elsewhere.
Right. There are only so many people on this island that would be interested in a place like the Beehive.
A couple of ideas spring to mind, but I need a bit more time to mull them over. If you come and find me later on, I should have worked something out.
Alright.
Alright, I'd better put my thinking cap on.
Thinking cap. He's thinking very hard, chat. Oh, the music changed. Is that because of her? Oh my god! I never knew! I guess the music changes because it's supposed to be her singing.
It's just really weird because she does not seem to fit the general aesthetic and mood of this, like the other dancers.
No.
Like, this is an innocent bean.
This is an innocent bean, and we're in a strip club.
I've managed to turn my ideas into something resembling a plan, but I'm still working on the finer details. Like we were saying, most of the people in Colusia who'd consider coming to the Beehive have been here by now, and a fair few of them even came back. But that means that if we want more customers, we'll have to bring them in from elsewhere, which is to say, across the seas. Thing is, even if they like the sound of the place, they're hardly going to jump on a boat just to come and watch a few dancers and sip a bit of wine. We need a faster, more convenient way for them to get to Yulmore. Ah, you look like you've worked it out. So what's the answer to all our problems?
Sorry, I was no thoughts head empty listening to the music. I don't have your answer. Amaro or airships?
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
not...
Airships is fine now.
My answer was completely different.
What was your answer?
Transition to brothel, then they'll travel further for the extra services.
Is that fair? I'll do airships. Seems safer.
Ah, as the saying goes, clever people think of the same things. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's it. Anyway, is that a brilliant idea or what? There is one problem, though. A long time ago, there were flights from Yulmore to all sorts of places, but that ended with the flood. Sin Eaters made it impossible to fly anywhere. Until Volthree came along, that is. I went and asked Master Chai whether we'd be able to set up an airship route between here and the Crystarium. Poor bloke's got a lot on his plate, but he was kind enough to say he'd consider it. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go and see him again now. Do you reckon you could join me, seeing as you're familiar with the Crystarium and all?
Okay.
Great, let's get going. The place is the army headquarters and we're supposed to make ourselves known to Colden.
Okay. Okay.
What can I do for you?
We're here to see Master Chai.
About the airships, right? We've been looking into the feasibility of such a proposal, and I believe we now have all the information we need. He'll be here in a moment to inform you of his decision.
Cashier, my good fellow. Terribly sorry to have kept you waiting.
Hi.
Why, if it isn't Kat. I heard you'd been helping at the Beehive, and I can think of worse places to spend one's time. Though I wasn't aware that you'd be joining us this evening. Master Chai, I heard that you'd made your mind up about the airships. Don't worry, lad, I haven't forgotten. I must say your timing could not have been more fortunate, as we are currently involved in talks with the Crystarium as to how we may better our relations. But I put forward your proposal to establish airship roads between our two cities, and they agreed to it there and then. We sound very similar now.
That's okay.
Blimey, I can't believe it. Now, before we get carried away, there are one or two small problems that must be addressed first. Colton, if you'd be so kind as to explain.
Yes, sir. The Umoran army has in its possession a number of airships, all in perfect working order. But being designed for military use, they are austere things that offer very little in the way of comfort. Considerable work will be required to convert them for the proposed purpose. While we have a rough idea as to how the interior might be refitted, I'm afraid we haven't the expertise to carry out the work ourselves. We will require the assistance of trained artisans.
Indeed.
Okay.
Unfortunately, given all the outstanding work in the city, we are experiencing a shortage of artisans at the moment. I'm not sure when we can assign people to the airships.
I'm like 10 and 1.
Or if it's artisans you need, I can take care of that. But where do you expect to find them?
I forget how short Kaishir's tail is.
Oh, body shame.
It's adorable.
I was thinking of trying down at Venmont Yards. While they might be shipwrights and not airship rights, they should be able to deal with a lot of the bigger tasks. I expect we'll be needing a few. I expect we'll be needing a few extra interior walls and doors to make proper cabins. And from what I hear, they'll be glad for the work. Of course, why didn't I think of that? And with Kat in charge of the more delicate work, those airships will be ready before you know it.
I got it.
And what sort of assistance would you be providing?
I'm something of an artisan myself, or Kaishir, tell the man. I'll say I'm an artisan myself. Which is true.
Surely you jest.
Rude?
Not only are you a peerless warrior, able to best even the likes of General Ranjit, you are telling me that you have other talents.
How dare you be multifaceted?
Holy hells. If you're even a fraction as good at that as you are at smiting evildoers, say, would you be interested in joining Daedalus Stoneworks by any chance? We could use more skilled folk such as you. Master Chai, I don't mean to be rude, but Kat already has a job helping me at the Beehive.
Someone got possessive?
That he does. Forgive me, I had forgotten myself. I wouldn't dream of poaching Kat from you.
This is getting weirdly cat territorial here.
That being the case, perhaps the two of you could cooperate with Kilden until the work has been completed.
Here is an outline of our improvements we wish to carry out. If you can provide the listed parts and materials, we soldiers can deal with the heavy lifting.
Well, it seems you have the matter well in hand, so I will return to my own duties. I look forward to seeing the fruits of your labors, my young entrepreneur. We won't let you down, sir. I must say, I am rather surprised to hear about Kat's hidden talents. We all need a hobby, I suppose.
Rude.
And on that note, I bid you farewell.
Angry Mikate noises.
All right, Kat. It seems like we've got our work cut out for us. Let's head back to the Beehive and take a closer look at what needs doing first.
That's hilarious. I forgot about that.
I'm just saying, for all the shit you gave him, it wasn't the size of the tail that mattered.
No, it was really funny though. I never said I was his either though, damn. I can help multiple people.
Master Chai caught me a little off guard offering you a job, but knowing what you're capable of, I hardly blame him. Of course I couldn't let him have you yet. We need your talents for the stuff in Kilden's plans. Metal plates, canvas, grease. It's a list as long as your arm. And not just the standard ones neither. It's all the fancy, hard-to-find sorts. And cushions! Like me, you'd think they'd have enough of those around Yulmore as it is. Why can't they just borrow some? Well, I said we'd take care of it, so we should get started. I'll have a word with the lads at Venmont Yards while I leave you to get stuck into the rest. It's a bit of a tall order, I know, but you're up to it, right?
Sure.
Of course you are. Let's give Master Chai and the people of Yulmore something to smile about.
All right. Brown, 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 brown. And now we gotta go do that for him real quick. I'm gonna eat that. Coffee biscuit. Airship fitting components, which I guess I'll just grab from a fucking tree, which is weird.
I don't hardly know anything about airships, but you've been on a few, right? Hopefully that'll make your job a bit easier.
Yeah. Here you go.
Funny what you can find lying around, isn't it? Of course, once it's all been cleaned up and whatnot, none of the passengers will know where you got it.
Okay.
I won't pretend I know much about airships, but I do know quality when I see it. That looks pretty damn good to me.
Love that I just basically found it laying around. Yep. Last one. Oh. You've
You've really come through for me, as always. If all goes well, we'll have more visitors than this place has ever seen.
Yay. All right. You have delivered the weekly maximum of 6 items to Shirr. You may begin making deliveries again starting Tuesday at 3 a.m. Earth time. We're done for now, and then I think next week we finish. I know, I just want to see. Yeah, we finish him next week. So that's exciting. Yay.
Ready.
Hooray. So I'll hold on to those. Let's make some deliveries. Airship fitting components. Okay, well, at least you're happy. All right.
That ought to do it. I'll get this lot off to the soldiers and shipwrights working on the fleet. I bet they'll be chuffed to bits when they see what you've come up with.
We did it. Cutscene.
We finally managed to get Kulden everything he asked for. Since our part of the bargain is taken care of, all we have to do now is wait and see how things turn out. Ah, I almost forgot to mention that Master Chai wanted to see us. We've been asked to meet him by the Xylem lift. I reckon we've got some good news coming our way, so let's take Anfrig and Zia along to hear it.
All right.
Thank you for coming on such short notice.
What an honor it is to be joined by not only the Queen Bee himself, but the enchanting Mistress Moen. We were enjoying one of our promenades when we chanced upon Master Shai, who graciously invited us to accompany him.
I'm lucky I ran into you, as I had neglected to invite you from the outset. After all, with those fortunes of your respective businesses being so closely tied to those of Yulmore, this affects you more than most. Shirr, your efforts have finally borne fruit. In other words, we can now commence airship flights to and from the Crystarium. Our newly repurposed fleet stands at the ready. As a matter of fact, preparations are now underway for our very first voyage.
Claps for Shirr.
We did it! Now the Beehive will be absolutely swarming with visitors, especially once we put the next part of the plan into action.
You mean there's more?
Of course there is. We're not going to wait for them to arrive to tell them about the Beehive. I'm looking into advertising in the Crystarium. Once they hear about the high-class entertainment and affordable food and drink we have on offer, they'll be racing to get on those airships. Hold on, I've got another idea. If we give them a little souvenir on the way out, they're bound to come back for more. And when they get back to the Crystarium, they can show their friends and tell them about all the fun they had at the Beehive. That'll bring in even more customers.
My word, that's brilliant.
My sentiments exactly. Hiring him on the spot was something of a gamble, but my faith has been repaid manifold. Let's not count our marrow just yet. There's still a lot to do before any guests arrive.
Until then, we dancers will be working on some brand new routines. We'll show them such a good time, they'll never want to leave.
Bonk? I never imagined that entertainment would be the key to turning around our fortunes, but here we are. I see great things ahead for you, Kaishir. Though it is often said the proof is in the pudding, I have every confidence you will see this through to its natural and successful conclusion. P.S. You're my son.
Yeah. Aww. Satisfaction up.
Nice.
Kaishir now considers you a savior of the beehive. Kaishir could not be happier with your efforts. He now considers you a savior of the beehive. Through your efforts, the beehive has become one of the primary reasons to visit Yulmore. It seems, however, that Kaishir has a different sort of favor to ask you.
Blimey, did you hear what Master Chai was saying? That he's my dad? I can't tell you, it feels good having a man like him singing your praises. By the sounds of it, you're no stranger to that yourself. He's got every reason to be optimistic, though. Everything's coming together nicely, and it's all thanks to you. Of course, we're not quite there yet, and we can't afford to get complacent. If the plan with the souvenirs pays off, everyone in the Crystarium will be wanting to hop on an airship and sample the delights of the beehive. To be honest, I ain't got a clue what would make a decent souvenir. If you bring me whatever you think will work, we'll take it from there. Oh, and before you go charging off, there's one other thing I wanted to ask. The Queen Bee is always going on about clothes makers the man or something. The ones they gave me to wear when I joined make me presentable enough, but I want to look less like hired help and more like I belong here. Don't worry, there's no need to donate half your wardrobe to me or nothing. I heard about those glamour prism thingies. They'll work just as well as shelling out on a new outfit. Mind you, I spend most of my life dressed in bits of old sack, so I wouldn't know where to start. Could you maybe pick something out for me? I hate to be a pain, but you've obviously got much better dress sense than me.
I got you. Rude? Hey, Kaishir 5. Future requests will be selected at random for all those you have seen thus far, with the list refreshed once a week Earth time. You may review the items currently in demand at any time by speaking with Kaishir and selecting Make a Delivery. Note the Beehive souvenirs, Calusian I've never tried to pronounce it. Miscellany, thank you. And Calusian King Crabs will earn you particularly handsome rewards whenever they make an appearance. The effort to procure them will be worth your while. Furthermore, Kaishir's appearance may now be altered through the use of glamours. A new quest is available from Anfrig in the Beehive. Completion of this quest will allow the airship travel between Yulmore and the Crystarium. What? I didn't realize.
Great. You take airships all the time.
Okay, smartass. I will show what I have Kaishir looking like at the end of stream. I totally kind of forgot about that. Anfrig, what's up? A ship on his shoulder. Anfrig may be tempted to put down his cocktail shaker for a change if you were to engage him in conversation.
I'm glad you saved me the trouble of tracking you down. There's a bit of news I've been asked to share with you. One of the refitted airships is about to embark on the very first commercial flight to the Crystarium, and you've been invited to join them as a passenger of honor.
Yo.
Considering everything you contributed to the cause, it's only fitting. When you're ready to board, speak with Lerbaird, that godly dressed twit over by the Xylem lift. Be warned though, he usually has an expression so sour he could curdle milk at 20 paces.
Alright. Here to board the airship, are you? Are you one of those sweat-stained soldiers? Or a shipbuilder? Or a shipbuilder with nothing better than to do than to spend all day hammering nails so fervently as to give the impression they have personally wronged you? Which is it? Why, it was decided that you all be given lifetime passes for whatever shoddy work was performed is beyond me. Not that is any concern of mine, of course. Riffraff is riffraff. I will physically fight you and win. I I am duty-bound to inform you that all passengers are to be guided from here to the uppermost level of Yulmore, where the airship landing is situated. Only those granted permission to board may pass beyond this point. Alas, the powers that be have neglected to provide me with the proper reception area, and I am relegated to standing upright for bells on end, like some wretched footman. If you are quite done boring me, your airship awaits, sir. Wow. What a bitch.
You could just
Anyway.
like bring a chair from home.
Yeah, you could. We're done! So, I never showed this on stream, my bad. So I'm recording it real quick for me to be able to edit this video together, but I need to show you guys what Shirr looks like on my cat girl, because this is what I decided to make him look like for me. Because I want him to look fancy and look like he works at Yulmore. looks like he works at the Beehive. So yeah, I have him in this. I thought red looked really good on him personally. I know he's wearing like a green shirt, but I don't know. I just thought it looked kind of nice, and I made him somewhat casual with the jeans, but I don't know. This seemed to match the vibe for Shirr for me. So see, look, it matches a little personality. Probably a little young to be working at the Beehive, but you know, he at least looks like he fits in.